Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Critical Edge for those of you who are already subscribed. For those of you who are new here, do consider subscribing, hit that like button if you enjoy the content. And yeah, don't be afraid to comment down below and share your thoughts on the video that I'm be posting up today. So I thought it'd be cool if I went into the whole Dragon Ball Legends thing on a mobile device. And I normally don't do mobile gaming. Well, as a hobby I do it, yeah, but I don't normally post any videos about that. And I thought maybe it'd be a good idea. You know, I love gaming. It's by far one of my greatest passions in life. And well, to be honest with you, I've always liked to have things on the go. And having this as a mobile game on my device, I'm really happy to do that. I'm really happy to have that. So I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. I love games. And now I've got Dragon Ball basically on the go wherever I want to play it, as long as I'm connected to the internet. This is an online only game, so keep that in mind. So offline play, unfortunately, that's out of the question. I prefer games that have an offline function as well. The reason behind that being is sometimes, okay, I live in well, not the best country in the world. It's a good one. I love it. I enjoy staying here. It's from time to time it can be very entertaining, but when it comes down to infrastructure, sometimes we go into areas where we lose connections with our mobile networks, and in most cases, there's never a Wi-Fi connection anywhere around. So unless I can connect to the internet, I'm screwed. So maybe some people will be faced with that, maybe some people won't, but be that as it may, let's hop into and discuss really what the game's about. Alright, so there's some basic modes to look at. We have adventure, an event, story, whatever it is. Going into the game itself, you basically get your characters by summoning them. You summon them by getting cards, and there's a lot of them to summon. Different variations, different variants of the same character. For example, you can see here we have a Super Saiyan Goku, and he's just one particular card, and then we have like a base Goku, and this is an extreme version of that Goku. So it's cool to see that these things, it's more like a collector's kind of game. If you like collecting stuff, this is going to be kind of your thing. Now each of these cards basically become characters which you get to use in a fight. And summoning them, basically, you can do that through your menu, and there's various ways of doing it. Now to summon them, you've got to spend these crystals, basically, which is like an in-game currency, to get you certain packs of characters. And well, if not just packs of characters, maybe you can get yourself an individual character. The one thing I really do like and really do enjoy about the game, though, is that it doesn't really force you into having to continuously spend large amounts of in-game currency in order to progress. So as you can see over here, a single summon is 100 for crystals, so that's not so bad. Alright, single summon, and there we go, single summon, you get the daily discount. So basically you get to spend 20 crystals, which isn't a difficult amount to achieve or to acquire in the game itself. You get to spend these 20 crystals and you get to summon a character. Now I'll show you quickly as we go through the summon process. Forgive me if it's taking a bit long. I'm using my mobile data at the moment, and maybe the internet connection is a bit slow with that, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so anyway, going into it, you get to summon these characters, and it plays this really cool clip around here. So for those of you who haven't seen this before, you obviously see, it's always Goku and Frieza fighting. Sometimes other characters step in, like maybe Trunks or Bardock, or even Vegeta as well. This also does give you a bit of an indicator of the type of character you're gonna get. As you can see, I had a blue release, so chances are I'm gonna get myself a hero card. Not really an extreme or anything, as you can see, a very common one. So the hero cards, you can collect more of them in order to get your characters to a certain level. As you can see, I'm now at a 4-star level. As stars increase, their power level increases, so the card becomes stronger, and in some cases you unlock extra abilities. Now let's just see how many summons we can get. Alright, let's just go through this and see how many we can get. Let's see, final collab summon. This looks very interesting. Let's see what I get. Alright, 5 days left. Man, I haven't been playing this thing for about a month now, so I regret coming in now. I don't know how long this has been around. Maybe I've missed out on something really, really good over here. Let's see what we get anyway. I may get myself an extreme character, or maybe even a sparking character. Let's see what we get. Alright, as you can see, the background's changed, so that usually gives an indication as to the type of cards you're going to get. I got a blue release. It might be just a hero. Usually when the background changes like that, you usually get yourself an extreme or a sparking if you're lucky. Let's see what we get. Alright, extreme Vegeta. I've already got this card, so let's just skip that ahead. Let's see how many times I've got it, and now it's a 2-star card. Cool. I do appreciate it though. 20 crystals isn't such a bad idea or such a bad deal for such a character card. I'm cool with that. I would have liked to get a Gogeta, but it just wasn't my luck, you know, just wasn't my luck. So let's see, where else is there any more discounted? There we go, Masters Pack 2. This has been running for as long as I can remember. I don't know when this ends. 30th of the 6th month, I think. Could be wrong, I didn't check the date properly, but let's see where we get this time around. Alright, so now there's different odds of summoning these things. You don't have to view this clip, you can skip it, so we're just going to skip it this. Okay, so that's basically it for the summoning process. Alright, so you basically understand how that all works over there. I'm not going to do this single summon now. Masters Pack 1, but let's go back to the menu. Alright, let's see what we have to offer. So you go to training mode, very basic, not that difficult to understand. You basically go in here, you exchange items to level up your characters. Your maximum level is 2000, so you can have a character from 1 all the way to 2000. Very important that when you reach a certain threshold, your character, you're gonna have to go into basically character select, and it's all your characters, and then soul boost, and you get to upgrade your characters with these, I think it's rising souls and sparking souls. Basically you're going to need a certain number of them. As you can see, I don't really have them here. Let me see if I can purchase anything though. Right, so basically this is how you increase your character's attack and defense. It's not very difficult. It's obtaining these items though that can be a bit annoying, because the items are limited. As you can see, I don't really have many characters up on a very high level, just certain ones. Those are my frequents, you know, those are my main characters. So the story mode is pretty basic. There's all kinds of chapters in there as well. So going through the chapters, you basically, it plays a bit of a clip in the start of it. You can play the demo or you can tick it to whatever it is. So let's just play demo. Alright, so my advantageous elements are blue and green. As you can see, I got blue on this team over here. Charlotte, Charlotte, I don't know how to pronounce it. He's an exception. He's a neutral character, so he doesn't really have a negative or positive effect on the opposition, which is kind of cool to have that neutral character in there. Why it's downloading, I don't know. It shouldn't be doing that, but let's see it. So as you can see, it usually plays out these cutscenes beforehand. You can read through them, whatever it is, go through it, and then from there decide. I'll try to decipher the story basically. I've already played through this, so I'm not going to really bother you guys with that so much. But this is the gist of the cutscenes that you get, and this is basically what you can expect to get throughout the whole story. So now that we've skipped that, for some reason I'm trying to hit the skip button but it won't work. I'm not too sure if that's a bug in this thing or what, but anyway, leave that out of the question. So we have a red and we have a blue. So as you can see over here on the top right, that gives you the element table, basically the color elements as to which has an advantage over it. So if I want to get an advantage over Android 18, she's a red character, I'll pick a blue character. Okay, obviously my level is much higher right now, but yeah, alright, so we pick a blue character. Let's pick a purple character as well. He's a bit neutral. You need a yellow to beat him, and he beats a green, but it's not so much of an advantage to those two there. And let's put my favorite Goku, Kaioken Goku. These are basically my main characters throughout the entire game. I haven't been playing all that often. I've just leveled them up to that point, and I was just like, afterwards I was like, hey, I kind of got the gist of the game, and I kind of stopped playing. I don't know why I got out of it, to tell the truth. It was a really good game. I guess it's just time, you could say. But for now, let's just go on with that and see what we get, right? It's doing this weird thing where it's downloading all kinds of data. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense. I've already been through this. Why is it downloading more stuff? Anyway, this game being an online only game, you're going to be downloading stuff all the time. Trust me, you'll be downloading stuff when you don't even realize you're downloading stuff. I'm kidding, there's always a notification. But anyway, so it gives you a little dialogue is what you need to do. When you pause the game, what's very interesting is it's got these little challenge missions that get you these crystals. Alright, so take a look at this. I've already got these acquired ones, but clear within 60 counts, that's basically 60 seconds. Battle with 2 yellow elements or more, and then challenge complete, you get these medals afterwards which you can use in the shop. Alright, let's go back to the battle and let's just end this up quickly. So you get these like support cards. Each of these characters' moves are very unique and different. Like Broly will throw the character out of the arena and bring in the next one, and then you get these Ki Blast cards. And on the right hand side you'll see the Dragon Balls over there. Those are linked to the cards in the panel below. So basically, as you activate those moves, you collect the Dragon Ball for that move, and then you get to perform a rising finish or a rising KO, depending on how weak your opponent is or how strong you actually are. So let's get Android 17 out of here, alright? And let's see if I can get them to attack me. I can do a cover switch. Too late, I messed up. Okay, so anyway, each of these characters have their own special moves. By clicking on them themselves, you can see Goku goes into his Kaioken state. It makes him a lot more stronger than his base form, which is pretty cool. I like that. I also like the fact that it stays around for some time before... I don't think it even goes out of the fight, actually. It only goes away when the fight ends. So right now I'm not getting the cards. Oh, there we go. I got one of the cards I won. And over here, as you can see, I get to inflict more damage by activating Goku's special unique card. Now this is very important when you go in. It's kind of like a rock paper scissors kind of thing. If your opponent selects the same card as you, then the rising finish fails. If it's a different card, then it's successful. As you can see, it is different, it's successful, and I get to basically pull off like my ultimate move with all three of my characters. Basically, depending on how many characters you have remaining on your team, all of them will spark together, or basically, yeah, spark together. That's the best way you can put. I don't know how to put it there. So as you can see, I've activated another move over here. Come on, let me just activate it. Okay, I've already activated it. So that basically increases my attack damage, you could say. Restore gauge, and there we go. So to power up your character, you simply just got to press and hold the screen down. That's nothing difficult there. You swipe the screen whenever the exclamation mark appears. That's to dodge an attack. As you can see, it's kind of like a vanishing step. Let's see if I can. There we go. Oh no, I can't do that. I tried to do a cover switch. That didn't work as well as I did. At the same time, let's go Super Saiyan with Broly, alright? Ah, I love that. As you can see, the graphics in this game, the artwork, the art style, the background's got like this very anime look to it. The characters look like they're straight out of Xenoverse, which I love. I love, by the way. These like three-dimensional anime type characters with these cel-shaded like kind of textures. I love it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's cool. And that's the battle in a nutshell, you could say. You get to carry up to a maximum of 3 players in a match. You can go lower than that if you want to. You're not forced to do that. And then you get a daily mission as well. So in this, every day you get a set number of missions that you got to complete. As you can see, also by the way, by completing the fight, I got some items. These souls can be used to upgrade characters of the corresponding color. So this will be used, so the blue will be used for blue characters, red for red. And then these blocks over here that you see are basically for training. They're kind of like the currency that you'll spend in order to train your character to increase their level. Generally, you do increase levels by winning fights, so you gain experience with that. And that experience is obviously added to your characters. That obviously doesn't mean that you're going to end up with the most powerful character in the world. Training is often necessary in order to reach that stage. In fact, all of my characters, I've had to train them to get them to the levels that they were at some point in time. It wasn't just purely grinding away at fights, which you gotta appreciate. It's not like you're really being forced into purchasing anything as well. You can go into the shop if you want to spend some actual real life money on that, and you can obviously get a bit more of a better advantage as to someone who isn't spending any money. But at the same time, even if you don't spend that money, you'll be fine. You'll be just fine. It's not a pay to win kind of game, and I can really appreciate that. You know, for anyone out there, even especially for kids, maybe you don't have a credit card or you don't have that kind of cash on you, and you just want something free to play, something casual, and you're a fan of the series, then it's a really good game for you guys. You just gotta be connected to the internet and you're done. As you can see on the top right here, I got 40 million or 48 million Zenny. Unfortunately, you can't really buy much with that beyond using it to increase your character's levels through the Soul Boost menu, if I remember correctly. Whenever you upgrade them, I think you utilize some of your Zenny. Let's just go in there and have a look, alright? So as you can see, it'll cost me 140,000 Zenny, plus the souls on the top, which I currently don't have in my possession, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a sad event over there. But anyway, speaking of event, let's go into the actual events itself and see what it has to offer. So in event mode, they have these timed events basically that occur, and obviously once those events are complete, then they're out the window and things like that. So these ones don't have to appear to have an expiry on it. Upgrades are very nice. This is what I think is really, really cool, and really enjoy this. For those of you who want to get extra red, yellow, purple, whatever it is, you can see they have these bonus battles to get these things. So it's pretty cool. You can get more Zenny, more XP, and then there's these other little challenges that you get to do in between. With the story in particular, I love these. These are my favorite. The reason being is sometimes maybe you want to just reminisce about a story, whatever it is, or universe character, whatever it is. This is my first time attempting the challenge, by the way, and Broly is a red card. I could have sworn he would have been purple. But anyway, be that as it may, let's start this one and go into it, alright? Now, as you can see, every time you start a fight is going to utilize energy. So I need 1 energy to do this fight. I currently have 9. This is my energy bar at the top. When it depletes, you can either quit the game and wait for it to refresh. As you can see, there's a timer on the top that lets that bar fill up. If it doesn't fill up, then you can refill it. So you can refill it by using energy tanks. or crystals. So you also have recovery items for that. Okay, so it's not really that complicated. The game itself, I can say this is by far one of the most user-friendly, free-to-play games I've ever come across that is so, in my opinion, well balanced for anyone not looking to spend money but also have fun and also be a fan of the series. If you want to spend money to gain an advantage, you can do that. But if you don't have that kind of cash, you can still enjoy it to its fullest extent. As you can see, it's got these really, really cool cutscenes from the movie itself. And the dialogue is amazing. Let's give this a try, shall we? Frieza, let's see what we get. Oh yes, I remember this. This is when Broly's father passes away, or rather, Frieza murders his father. And as you can see, it's got these really cool ways of telling it. It doesn't give you like a short movie clip of any kind. It's these still clips that you gotta enjoy. And it's, for a mobile game, it's brilliant. I think it's beautiful, it's brilliant. It's also a good way to push people who are new to the series. Yes, there are people out there who are new to Dragon Ball, to kind of, well, go and watch the anime above and beyond understanding what's going on in the game itself. Alright, so let this fight begin. Broly, he's... Okay, I can pick up to 3 characters. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to pick one because that's just being a bully if I'm going to put all 3. You have selected, blah blah blah. Okay, as you can see, normally take 3 characters, but I've only taken 1. Each of these characters I equipped, that's hence the letters B, B, A at the bottom. Those are the equipment. I'll go on with that after this. Let's just finish this fight and see where we get from there. Alright, so this is going to be downloading Darkseid because it's the first time I'm actually doing this fight. Usually this occurs when you come across something for the first time. So let's see how this all plays out, alright? One-on-one Broly. Old Broly versus new Broly. Let's see what we get, alright? I'm definitely going to win based on the fact that my level is significantly higher. Oh yes, in the previous fight, I didn't get to show you guys the ultimate move. So basically, the blue card is kind of like your ultimate move. Well, actually, it is your ultimate move, not kind of. Sorry about that. So this has no effect, by the way, when you go into a single player. So you can't really throw one guy at the arena, he'll just come back. But hey, you know, that's just it. Wow, that Broly went straight through it. That's amazing. Okay, let's let's see if I can dodge, alright? Nope, can't dodge. Just gonna have to wait for him to beat the hell out of me. Okay, let's see. So as you can see, it's not a simple game in some cases. If you're at a lower level, then I can already understand you're going to be a bit frustrated. Each of these characters, by the way, have these really unique special moves. As you can see, I activated Broly's one now. Nothing really happened until I get this card that comes in. He's probably going to win the round though before that even happens. Okay. And there you have it. I won a fight, well, one based on the fact that my level is significantly higher. Remember, the levels of your cards play a very huge role in this game. If you're at a lower level, then you're not going to get to where you want to be as fast as possible. You're going to have to upgrade your characters, you're going to have to train them, you're going to have to use soul boost, and then get them to the levels where you want them to be, and then progress from there. Simply brawling it out and trying to scrape it out, you can do that, but it'll take you a hell of a long time. As you can see, the color also changed. So I need a yellow element to beat it, but on the yellow element characters, I don't have a very strong one. So in this case, I'm just going to go with the same team again. Well, I do have a yellow Frieza on that one. Maybe I could take that one. So let's try this out, alright? Let's have a lower level character, just to give you an idea as to what you can be faced with when you are going into a fight without being overpowered, rather. So I'm gonna put Charlotte as my first character and put the Frieza there, and yeah, I might as well put this Frieza as well. Okay. So this team is not the most powerful team out there. It's we got like really one maxed out guy, one guy that's like halfway there, and then one guy is just starting up. He's currently capped at 300. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to swap out the Frieza, just so I can give you an idea as to how you stand if you have a lower level card. And remember, it's not impossible to defeat an enemy of a higher level, so don't be deterred by those level differences. Go out there and battle it out. Never mind if you win or lose, whatever it is. Even if you lose, you still gain XP, you can still level up. Even if you're not at the proper level, you don't have the proper color, it's not a bad idea to take chances and win the fight. Sometimes it's also based on strategy, you know? Okay, so we've done enough damage with Charlotte for now. Just get out the way. And let's just see a bit of... So now compared to Charlotte, the amount of damage, as you can see, I'm taking a lot of damage. One, because my level is significantly lower. And also the damage I'm dishing out isn't very high as well. Let's look at our ultimate move and see what we get, right? As you can see, it didn't do really much from there. So that's what you can expect basically from a low level character. Let's swap him to someone that is extremely low. Chances are I'm gonna end up dead, but let's see, right? So look at that. One strike, I'm barely doing any damage, and this is the challenges you'll be faced with when starting off. So it's always a good idea to level up when you can. There's nothing wrong with doing that, you know, there's nothing wrong with going in with a slightly lower level character. Obviously, if you are completely outmatched, then you're gonna have a problem. But otherwise, it's okay. The cool thing about the game, though, is you're not restricted to just player versus enemies. There is also a player versus player option, which we will go through after this fight. So there you have it, a Rising KO. I still finish it with a much lower character. It also depends on how you strategize in the middle of a fight. I do understand this is a completely unfair fight, based on the fact that I had some really powerful characters with me and just one extremely weak one. You can still win with a completely weak team, though, just remember that. So don't be deterred. If someone has a higher level than you, don't be deterred from doing that. Okay, so let's just go online. Let's verse a human. All right, a human, not a bot. That's the thing I would wonder as well. The whole matchmaking system in this, you'll see when I get there online. It can be a bit nasty. It can be a little frightening. The conventionally special moves, Super Saiyan Broly. Man, the artwork in this is so cool. My favorite scene in the entire movie. Thank you. To be continued. Anyway, let's get out of this, alright? So now we're going to be looking at things like the player versus player mode, alright? So in adventure mode, in order to go on to an adventure, you're going to need adventure tickets actually. I'm so sorry for deterring from that, everybody. Let's just see it, alright? So I got an adventure ticket here, let's just accept it. And it gives you an overall idea, and if you go to the details of it, so these give you an overall idea as to what you can attain. So in this case, I'll just get Zenny, but these are the best element characters to send out there, so it'll be a red and a green character. You don't have to go with what's recommended, but I like to do it. I like to just send out these characters and then start adventure. These guys, you pay to go on an adventure, by the way, you will be spending some of your Zenny, but it's not difficult to acquire Zenny in this game. It's extremely simple, and you only ever use it for adventures and even soul boosting your characters, not so much for actually buying certain items. Alright, so we'll come back to missions a little later. Let's go into player versus player. Taking a bit of time to connect and load, so let's just go out of here. I'm not too sure I participated in the previous season. I don't think I did. My battle rank is now 1. So as you can see at the top over here, they got these popular characters. So this gives you an idea as to who's actually using who in online. So not really who's using who, but which characters are being used the most. So these basically gives you an overall idea as to what you may as well expect when going into a fight. Alright, so let's take a decent team. Let's not take something that's yeah, I'll just take this team into fight, alright? So you can play a casual match or a rating match. My advice to you is, personally, try to play rating matches as much as possible. The reason being is as your rank increases toward the end of each season, you get rewards. So depending on your rank, you get certain bonuses and rewards, and then you take it from there. The other thing I noticed about matchmaking in this is where it gets a bit crazy. For example, if you find a way to mix and match weak enemies with extreme weak opponents or weak characters with really tough ones, you get these characters which are basically more or less average, and there's no green characters on this team, so I'm not really at a disadvantage when I go into this fight. There is a red character. If he picks that red character, I'll be at an advantage, but let's take it from there. You'll see now what I'm saying about in terms of having a lower team. This is a perfect example of it when versing another human player. It's a very challenging and difficult task from time to time. Remember, your human plays a lot better than the CPU or the a bot. So let's just take it from there and see what we get. Alright. This fight, I may even lose it, by the way. As much as I've got 3 2000 level characters, it's still possible for me to lose it, depending on how well this guy fights. He may be able to dodge all of my moves. I may not get the time to attack. I may be too slow. All of those things are going to be taken into account. He may be able to even dodge my moves. I don't know. The reason why I'm saying this is I've lost online before to enemies or to opponents who were way weaker than I was. Okay, that one's out of the way. Let's just swap that character out. He actually picked the red Broly. I think he did that on purpose. Okay, let's use a special arts card, and then let's go into Kaioken. I probably wasted the arts card, but it doesn't matter. Let's experiencing a bit of lag over here. It's very unusual. Uh-oh, the guy's gone Broly. So let's just say, oops, sorry bro. Very sorry for that, man. So I lost a bit of health doing that. That's one of Goku's abilities. Activating Kaioken does, or twice does, take away a bit of your health, but it does give you these extra cool bonuses. Let's see if he selects the same card and it gets cancelled. It would be interesting if he does. Let's see what we get. And he did. And I failed at the Rising Rush. Or Rising KO. I keep mixing that up. So anyway, he gave up at the end. He only had 1 hit point left and he gave up. Never give up. Never do that. Always fight. I've won fights with just a single point remaining. I've done that before. Never give up. So as you can see, when I finished it, I got an equipment card. And I got 3 adventure tickets. And those let me send them on to things. So this equipment card is only available for red characters, as you can see, equip conditions, I'm guessing. The first time I actually got this card, I've never had this one before. So I'm pretty sure that this is something that's new. I don't know. But as you see, I got 3 adventure tickets. So these can be used to send characters on these type of adventures. And check it out. I'll get these little points for this particular Gohan character card, which I can obviously add to that card to make it stronger. And this is it. So I can get these souls basically by sending characters on those particular missions. The game itself, as you can see, it's very user-friendly. There's nothing really much complicated about it. Nothing really difficult to understand. It does take you a bit of time to get into it, but when you finally do, you do enjoy it. And it's really worth the play. Going on into missions, this is where I was supposed to go prior to this. And you're going into missions, you'll see for yourself now. There are rewards which you can get basically every single day. And these things are very basic. So these are the daily missions you get every single day. These are missions which you got to complete. By completing them, you get these following rewards, which I'm going to be honest with you, it's bloody brilliant. So these things have changed quite a bit since I've last been here. If I remember correctly, there's only like 6 of these the last time. Now they've changed quite a bit. Get 100 rare metal in Let's Fight. Normal. So let's just see the details of this mission. Use of rare summons, so those are chrono crystals. Wow. So then you can start these by using 2 of those tickets. But anyway, let's just get out of here, alright? So now I can collect all of my rewards. It's nice to hit accept all, otherwise you're just going to have to keep going through each one individually. My advice though is do not let your rewards build up. They do carry over, so if you don't collect them, your daily mission ones, those ones are a bit tricky, but your Z mission, if you don't collect them, they'll just pile over there and then you gotta collect them and level up, and it gets a bit tedious. So every time you get these rewards, it's always a good idea to just go in and collect them all and then come back another time. Alright, so that's it for basically the reward system. And as you can see, depending on the challenge that you get to complete, you get a whole lot of different rewards. So this is a cool thing about the game. It rewards you for basically everything you do. You just got to put in the time to do it. And once you get there, then you're fine. So we've covered everything from mission to summon to characters. Player versus player, story, event, adventure, train mode. The shop mode I did explain. Lastly, we're going to go into customization. Now, customization is, well, actually pretty cool. I love the way they let you view the character model, and check it out. This thing just looks like it's straight out of Xenoverse. I love the way this thing looks. The character model, it's very high detailed. Depending on the device you have, you may have to go on a lower spec. You can go between the low quality version, the high quality version. But you gotta look at this. I mean, it's amazing. Look at the quality of this work on a mobile device. You really gotta appreciate that, you know? You gotta give these guys credits for those things. I haven't unlocked any special moves as well as yet, but as you can see with Charlotte in particular, when you reach a certain friendship level with these characters that you have in your deck, basically, and I call it that, your deck, these character cards, then you get to unlock their special move. For example, I get to unlock a Super Kamehameha, which I can then equip and replace his finisher move with, or his final move with. Costume wise, I don't really have anything or things to unlock as yet. I haven't made it that far into the game as yet, and I've been playing for some time. So let's just go into characters. This will be the final part we're going to look at the game, and then we're going to just sum things up from there. So Soul Boost, I explained, gives you your characters, alright? Party formation is very simple to understand. That allows you to change the characters in these sets. So there's these 6 character card slots, you could say, which you then got to rearrange accordingly. These characters do affect one another depending on their elements and their statuses. Each of them have their own special feature that you can get out of clicking on character list, as you can see over there on the left hand side, and then by clicking on the character card itself, it will allow you to see what their special abilities are. So let's go into the Extreme Goku. Alright, so he's a melee type, and then you can go to show details, and here you can see, okay, so my friendship level rank with that is give you his health and things like that, the episode he's from, male, son, family, and then you can hit on, well, male arts card. So that's generally his things over there. When it goes on to arts, you can see over here what it will cost for each one, and then his special ability. So his Z ability is plus 20 to tag Saiyan base strike attack battle. So it's nice to have other Saiyans on your team, and you get that plus 20 to their base strike attack during a battle. So these characters, they do have an influence over each another, and you can build your teams strategically according to those things. It'll take you a long time to get through it, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't understood every single one of these cards as yet. There's too much to go through. There's way too much to go through. There's an archive, equipment archive, basically covering everything that you've got. Then you can upgrade your equipment as well. Just like how you can upgrade your characters, you can also upgrade your equipment. Alright, so I got a new card over here. Let's see, it's a D card. Let me see if I can upgrade it. Alright, so this is basically what it's going to cost to upgrade. I'm going to need 8 of those red souls 1, 3 of the yellow souls 1, 2 of the red souls 2, and 25,000 Zenny. And let's just hit upgrade. Alright, so when you upgrade this, it basically increases the stats that this card has to offer. It also increases its grade. From a D, it's now a B card. So I can equip that obviously, but only onto red characters. Each of these cards have different equipment requirements. Certain characters can only use them. For example, most Broly equipment cards can only be equipped by Broly himself. Alright, so let's go into the equipment area itself. In equipment, over here you basically have a list of what you have in your collection. You can then sell it and get some Zenny back, but it's never really worth it to do that. If you really want to go through that admin of doing it, then yeah, you can do it. As you can see, I've got so many cards in here, so many repeats. There are not very many variations of it, but I haven't really bothered selling it. I haven't found the interest to do that just as yet. Now when you go to Equipment Awakening, this is a little bit more tricky. Alright, so okay, I did this on my other device just once. I must go through this again. So this way, equipment with memory and materials. Alright, so in the Equipment Awakening, you can use items such as memories, equipment, and fragments to create awakened equipment. Memories are available in the exchange shop, fragments are available as drop rewards, etc. Alright, so here they take some items, I mean, blah blah blah. Okay, so let's just go into this, click on that. It's actually good that I didn't do it on this device. Wow. So let's just go into details. It gives you a step-by-step process and how to guide over this. Alright, so check it out. Awaken Out of My Way, slot based strike defense plus 1.4%. It's not really, well, it's not the best card in the world, but it's better than not having anything. Alright, so now the materials that I need for that, basically the materials as I explained before, you gotta click on the card. Alright, so once you click on the type of card, you hit confirm over there, and we've done this already before, but I'm just going to explain it a little bit more. Alright, so auto select, confirm, okay, and then you hit awaken. As you can see, you yourself a bit of a flashy screen, and the card is now a C grade card from basically being an F. So basically, awakened cards have more powerful effects than your normal basic cards do. You got to check your cards for the details and more information depending on the stats that have been awakened, and take it from there. So let's see. Alright, I've got another Goku here. You'll pay memory number 1. Let's see if I can do that again. I don't have enough materials. I'm out of materials, so I've got to collect more of these materials and then take it from there. Auto select equipment, blah blah blah, set as a favorite, not enough memories required. So those are things which you can get throughout the game itself and unlock them later on. So it's not a very complicated process to go through. Those are things that more advanced players as well. Maybe I'll do another video just covering that specifically, because that is a field that's pretty in depth. Maybe I'll do it on my other device, but then again, I don't have as nice a cards as I do on this one. That's the problem I have over here. But anyway, let's just collect my final mission, and there you have it, everybody. That's Dragon Ball Legends in a nutshell. It's a bit of a lengthy video, maybe, I don't know. It's not very complicated. There's nothing really out of this world about this game that makes it extremely difficult to follow or to understand. But as you can see, this is just a basic guide to Dragon Ball Legends. You should get the game if you don't have it. If your device supports it, please by all means do download it. It's a bit of a sizable download, roughly about 2 gigs. But once you get in there, there's just these minor downloads that occur from time to time. These minor updates that occur from time to time. You gotta make sure you're online connected all the time. And you got these brilliant things from story to event to PvP. You will be entertained for hours on end. And the fun part, the most fun part about this game is collecting characters. That for me was the one thing. It's kind of addictive. It's kind of like having, like how you have a real life Yu-Gi-Oh card collection or even a Dragon Ball card collection. You end up collecting these character cards, and yeah, I don't know how to say it. It's pretty cool. That's my best way to put it. I really love collecting these things. It's just I like collecting stuff. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, as you can see, some of these got these really cool effects to them as well. And that's the beauty of this game. If you're a fan of the series, and if you're not a fan of the series, even if you're not one, just go out there, download the game, have fun with it, and really mess around with it. Don't be afraid to step into it and take for what it is. It'll take you some time to get to where you want to be, but once you do get there, you really enjoy it. Trust me. Once you reach that 2000 level threshold with certain cards, you'll want to push the others to that level, but at the same time, you won't find yourself always fighting and hanging off the edge of a cliff as you were in the beginning of the game. And if you want to go back to that, just keep some characters that are kept at the low level, which I always do. And then I go back just to remind me of how tough fights can really be. And the tougher the fights, the better you become as a fighter as well. So there you have it, people, for Dragon Ball Legends. That's all I have to say. Thank you for watching the video. If you do enjoy it, leave a like down below. And don't be afraid to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already. Do leave a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. And if there's any game you'd like me to cover, be it mobile or console, if I've got the device, then I'll go out, I'll get the game, I'll play it, and then I'll review it and take it from there. You know, right now I don't have an Xbox One or a Nintendo Switch. Someday I'll get those consoles. I've got everything else, I think, in between. No, I don't have anything from Xbox, sorry. I do have Nintendo Wii and all the PlayStations and a PC and the mobile devices. But yeah, whatever it is. If there's a game out there and if I have the hardware to play it, I'll get the game and I'll do a review. Well, I'll do a quick review about it. I hope this video is not too long and distracts too many of you, and it deters you from coming back to my channel. If you have any recommendations on how to improve, I'd appreciate that as well. Don't be afraid to share this video, please. It does help me grow. And I do appreciate everything that you guys have done so far. All those likes, all those comments, all those shares, all the view time that you guys have put in. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really mean the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and goodbye, everybody.